Today we're going to be working on our sunflower life cycle. So you should have a worksheet that has 2 pages. One has the circle on the front that says sunflower life cycle, and the next one has a bunch of pictures on it. So before you start the lesson, go ahead and cut out your circles. You should cut out both of them. The other materials you'll need are some colored pencils, and you need something to pin together the 2 circles. So you could use some string, or you might have a pin to use. Yes, Grace?
Do I need to cut the mountain? It's like a mountain. Do
Yes.
I need to cut it like this?
Yes, and I'll show you why when we put them together, okay?
Okay. I'll cut it. I have a big scissor, so it'll be more faster.
Okay. I'm going to share the worksheet with you so that you can see what it looks like. After you cut it out, you should have 2 little circles. Make sure you cut the little, as Grace called it, the little mountain, so that you can use it. And then the next one is just a big circle. When you're done cutting, give me a thumbs up so I know you're ready to move on. Yeah, there's one more page. I'll show you a picture of it, and you don't have to cut that one out yet. So this one, I know there are lines to cut out. If you haven't cut anything out yet, you can just leave it without cutting them. And we're actually gonna draw the pictures ourselves. All right, I see that Grace has her circles cut out already. You should have 2 circles. One that looks like this one, and one that's a full circle. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the one that's a full circle. And you can go ahead and you can color it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to color it however you'd like. Once we're done coloring, then we're going to go over the name. So I'm going to start, and we're going to start with the seed right here. The seed is almost all the way colored, but maybe you can try to color it a brown color. Some seeds are kind of brown. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color my seed in. You can color whatever colors you'd like. The sunflower starts as a seed. Seeds can be different colors and different shapes. That's what my seed looks like. Then the seed germinates. Little Grace, what color are you going to color the seed that's germinating?
Pink.
Pink? I wonder what color it is. Let's keep coloring. When the seed begins to germinate, maybe it's kind of green. It's when it starts to grow. So I'm going to color it green. This is when a little tiny bit comes out of the seed and it starts to look like it's a plant. Once the seed germinates, it turns into a seedling. This is when we see when it starts to come out of the ground. It has things that look like little leaves, and it's still growing taller and taller. Going to make sure I color the earth brown. So far, we have planted our seed. It germinated, a little bit of sprout came out, and then there's a seedling. The seed starts to sprout, but does it look like a flower yet, Big Grace? Does it look like a flower yet?
No.
No, not yet. It just looks like some leaves. So the
Yeah.
next step that happens is it grows super big. And then a flower starts to grow. So it's going to grow into a big, tall sunflower. So go ahead and color in your sunflower, the leaves. So we have our flower. Give me a thumbs up when you finish coloring your flower. All right, so the last thing, this flower doesn't look too happy, does it, little Grace? What's this flower doing?
I don't know.
You don't know? Does it look like a happy flower?
No.
No, it looks kind of sad. Big Grace, do you know what this flower is doing?
Shedding.
Shedding, that's what doggies do.
Oh.
Hmm,
Um.
this flower is forming seeds. When the flower starts to wilt, it starts to form seeds so that new sunflowers can grow. Let's see if we can color this picture of the seeds forming. All right, I see Grace finished coloring hers. So what we're going to do now is we finished coloring most of this back part right here. This is going to be the back of our circle. What we're going to do is we're going to color the front now. So we're going to go to the front piece right here. So first, we're going to write our name. Choose your favorite color and see if you can write your name. Once you finish writing your name, we're going to color in the sunflower. You get to be creative here and color in your flower. Give me a thumbs up when you finish coloring in your flower and writing your name. I see Grace is done. You're gonna give little Grace a little bit more time. All right, it looks like everybody's just about ready. So what we're going to do is now we have two pieces that we colored. We have the top piece and the bottom piece. So we're gonna take the top piece and we're going to put it on top of the bottom piece. This hole right here is where we can poke a hole. You can poke a hole with a needle or a pencil, and you can use a string or a pin to hold them together. So you might have a pin or a string. The pin, sometimes they look like this, and they have two little pieces of metal coming out of the side. So that when you put them together, you want it all to stay together. So go ahead and make sure you have your pin in there to keep it safe. Now, this is going to tell us the different cycles of the sunflower. We're going to follow it First is the seed. Now, if we spin around from the seed, it germinates. And then when you keep spinning, it tells you all the different cycles. Then you see a seedling. And you can keep going all the way around to see all of the different cycles. After the seedling comes the sunflower. And after the flower comes seeds forming. And then you have seeds all over again. So it's a cycle, it goes in a circle. That's really cool. Now, the last part we're going to do is this last worksheet right here. And for this one, we're going to look at the large document right here. So you have two choices for this worksheet. You can cut on these dotted lines and use glue to make your sunflower life cycle. But what I would like to do today is I'd like for us to draw the pictures. So you can check on your circle that we just made to see what the cycle is. Let's see. Big Grace, what's the first step in the sunflower life cycle?
It's a seed.
The seeds right here. So we know they're number 1. So we're gonna draw, everybody with me. Let's draw the seeds right up here. Little Grace, what comes after the seeds? What happens to the seeds next?
It has a stem.
Just like this, right? It germinates. Can you say germinate? Germinate. So we're gonna draw the seed germinating, right? This one right here. We're gonna draw it right here. I'm gonna draw the seed. And then I'm going to draw the little bit of plant coming out of it for germinating. What comes next, Big Grace? What's the next step?
It sprouts.
It sprouts. We have this one. So go ahead and draw that on your sheet. Little Grace, what comes next? What happens after we have the little sprout? There's seeds and then it germinates. Then we see the little seedling, little sprout coming out of the ground. What comes next?
Sunflower.
We see the sunflower. Let's see if we can all draw a sunflower together. And Big Grace, what's the very last step? What happens very last?
It makes more seeds.
It makes more seeds. So we're gonna draw a sad sunflower. One that's, it looks a little bit like it's wilted and it's facing the ground. We're gonna draw that sunflower at the top. It's making more seeds for us. And that's our life cycle of a sunflower. So you can keep the craft we did today and you can look at it and follow the life cycle of the sunflower. You might even see that different plants follow the same life cycle and they look very similar to each other. All right, bye everybody. I'll see you soon.